Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Logan Mason ROSC. Very much appreciate you all being here with us today. All right. So it is Pride Month, so I give a little pride in the background. It's cute. So what we're gonna do today, we have a big old agenda with lots of things. So we're gonna give a little overview of what a ROSC is, do some introductions, talk about some previous events that happened. Uh, we have some meeting card updates, harm reduction resources, our resource directory card, and RAD card updates. Recap on not the on the May meeting, yes. Spotlight, and then recovery planning meeting, recovery month planning, and then upcoming trainings and meetings. So like we always like to start off is kind of give an overview of what a ROSC is. So what is a ROSC? As an overview, it is a coordinated network of community-based services and supports that is person-centered and builds on the strengths and resilience of individuals, families, and communities to experience recovery and improved health, wellness, and quality of life for those with or at risk of substance use and or mental health challenges. The central focus of a ROSC is to create an infrastructure or systems of care with the resources to effectively address the full range of substance use and or mental health challenges within the communities. So what does that mean for Logan Mason? Well, that means improving access to health, wellness, and holistic recovery options for people who are at risk of or suffering from substance use disorders, while educating and connecting Logan and Mason counties to reduce stigma and improve recovery outcomes. And I am going to stop sharing for just a second. And our introductions today are going to be who we are, what our name is, and then I would like to know what actor would play you in a movie. So if you had any actor in the world play you in a movie, who would it be? So I should have said who I am. So my name is Grace Irvin. I'm the prevention coordinator here at Chestnut Health Systems, overseeing the Logan Mason ROSC, Logan Mason Substance Use Prevention Grant, the base grant, and I also am a part of the Livingston ROSC grant. So if I had someone who would be me, I feel like I really feel like Melissa McCarthy would be a choice, but like I feel like I look like what's her face from Scrubs, who plays Elliot. That's what everyone in high school would tell me. But so that's all I got. So Dominic, Tyler, and then Lauren.
Hi guys, I'm Dominic. I work alongside Grace and Tyler of Chestnut and Lauren as well, and Cammy there too. Um, I would say, and I'm with the Logan Mason County Substance Use Prevention Grant. I didn't have a lot of time to look this up to see what would be a good actor for me. There's a red-haired guy that is an actor in Game of Thrones. See, I don't know. He's a wildling or whatever. If anybody who's watched it or whatever, like he,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I'm like that's the closest we're gonna get here that I can think of. There's like Michael Fassbender. He
Um,
also has red hair, but
what is he, who is his character's
I
name?
can't think of his name.
It's Tor.
Um, yes, thank you. Yes, Stormwind.
We're
Yeah,
watching it right
yeah.
now, actually, so that's how I knew.
I can't think of his actual real name. But yes, that would be
It's
my actor.
Christopher Hivju is
Yeah.
Tormund.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tyler. I work with Dominic and Grace. We service Logan and Mason County, primarily prevention. And people say I look a little bit like Ryan Gosling. I can't even name a single movie of his, but that's, I guess, the person that I look like a little bit, which is, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but there you go.
Hilarious. Thank you, Tyler. Thanks, Dominic.
Okay. Hello, my name is Lauren Erickson. I also work alongside Dominic and Tyler and Grace and everyone from Chestnut that's on the call. I'm the community health and training specialist. And if I could choose somebody to play me and I'm not going on looks, I would choose Anne Hathaway because I love her and I love everything she's in. So I think she could do me justice. We don't look too similar, but that would be my choice.
I like it. Thank you, Lauren. All right, we'll go with Molly and Domenica, and then West Central, and then Cami.
Okay. Molly McCain, Community Health Consultant at Lincoln Memorial Hospital. I think based on wit and personality from one of my favorite shows that she was in, Veronica Mars, I would say Kristen Bell. I love her so much.
I
And
love Veronica Mars.
I think she could pull off a brunette vibe for sure.
100%.
But people say I
100%.
like Zoe Deschanel, especially when I have bangs. So, but her personality is a little much for me.
I could see it. I could see it. All right, go ahead.
Hi, I am Dominica Rogers. I am program coordinator for the Community Network Anchor Grant through IDPH. I'm out of the Children's Hospital of Illinois. My region actually overlaps you guys, so I have 24 counties, Rock Island to LaSalle to Logan to Adams County. It's huge. So any information you can feed me about mental behavioral health care and wraparound services, I will take from you guys. As for actors, I am going to cop out and say I have no idea. That is a question I have never been asked. So I have no idea who would play me.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, sometimes like you don't think about it.
I'm gonna think about it for the rest of the day now.
All right. Well, if you think about it by the end of this meeting, you want to let us know.
Okay,
Then
I will definitely let you know.
we're glad to have you with us. Lisa Latham, I knew this when I said West.
I know.
I immediately knew when I saw AHAC. I was like, I just saw Lisa. And I do this to her all the time.
It's okay. I need to get quicker on changing it front to my name. So
You are good.
hi everyone, I'm Lisa Latham. I'm West Central Illinois AHEC director. AHEC is Area Health Education Center. We serve 17 counties in the West Central side of the state. And our host site is Memorial Hospital in Carthage. And I forgive me with my whole camera malfunctioning and things. Grace, what was the question?
Oh, it was about who would play you in a movie, what actor or actress.
Well, hopefully it'd be an animated one, so they're perfect. And
Exactly.
and all the edits are made and they're like beautiful animated. So I don't know. I just Elsa comes to mind.
I like
So
it.
she's kind of feisty and I can be that way too. So and there's my answer.
I like it. Thank you, Lisa. All right, Cami, then Jeanette, then Bryson.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cami Garrison. I'm with Chestnut Health. I'm the Community Health Coordinator and also the statewide ROSC Technical Assistant overseeing Region 3. That's a great question, Grace, by the way. I love it.
Thank
So
you.
I used to think, and I'm really dating myself here because I'm old, but I used to say Melanie Griffin because we have the same voice, kind of. But most recently, you stole mine, Grace. I really like Melissa McCarthy, so I hope that she would play me in the movie of my life. But if it's an animated one, then Melanie Griffith can do the voiceover.
I like it.
Hello, beautiful people. I am out and about, y'all. So my service is better with camera off, so please forgive me. My name is Jeanette Davis. I have the privilege to serve as a community engagement specialist for Memorial Behavioral Health. And Grace, I have never considered this question ever before in my entire life. I was sitting over here going, I have no, and then you guys were like lookalikes and all that. I don't know. But for no other reason that I love her, I think she's fabulous. And all the things. Eva Mendes could play me any day of the week.
I approve. I approve. Thank you, Jeanette.
Good afternoon, everybody. I too am on the road right now, so my camera won't be on. But my name is Bryce McFadden. I'm a deflection specialist with Task, and I just get to serve Logan, Mason, Menard County with the Bridge Initiative. Um, I would have to say for actor, I would have to choose Ice Cube, but not just any Ice Cube. There's this movie called Higher Learning where he has this really big afro, and that explains like my whole high school. I had like a really big 70s style afro in school. So if I had to pick anybody, it'd be a Higher Learning Ice Cube.
I like it. I like it. Thanks, Bryson. Oh, right. Okay, so that was the end of that. Tristan, then Carmen, then Caitlin, and then Joanna.
Good afternoon, everybody. Tristan McGrew with the Bridge Deflection Supervisor. We serve Logan, Mason, Menard counties. As for the actor, I have no idea. No idea.
That's fair. Think about it, Tristan. Come back to us.
Hi, I'm Carmen Lanham. I'm with Family Guidance Centers. I'm on the Regional Substance Use Prevention Integration Center grant. And I would say Scarlett Johansson, mostly because when she played Black Widow, I always joked that I was her stunt double, and because she's a fellow redhead. So that's who I'd go with.
I like it.
Am I next? I have no idea.
You are.
Oh, hi. Hello, everyone. Joanna Gonzalez, ROSC Coordinator for the Illinois Department of Human Services, Division of Behavioral Health and Recovery. And Eva Mendes is totally my girl crush, by the way. Has always been. And I would say Tiffany Haddish, because she's like just such a good vibe. She's a good time. She's very like down to earth. Like, yeah, that would be really cool.
I love Tiffany. She's so fun. Well, thank you, everyone. That was so fun to get to know all of that about everybody. Okay, so we are going to go back to sharing the PowerPoint. So, all right. So these we'll have new cards coming up. Tristan let me know that we have a new meeting in Mason County, but I haven't had the time to add them to our meeting cards yet. So Tristan want to let me know that we have a new recovery meeting starting today in Mason City at the Mason City Christian Church from 6 to 7 p.m. So it'll be a peer recovery meeting as well. So I'm really excited to announce that we will have updated flyers soonish. I'm gonna give myself until the end of the fiscal year, let's be real, to be able to do that. So got a lot of things happening right now. But anyways, so we previously went to Pride event in Lincoln, which was super fun. So I connected with 194 people, which was super fun. We handed out those teeny tiny flags right here. We had 157 of those guys away. We had 17 of these big guys that are individual to each of the different LGBTQIA categories. And I learned so many facts about what each of them were. And then I learned that there's a heterosexual flag, which is black and white, which made me giggle because we are black and white of, like men or women. It makes sense. But there were a lot of fun conversations around all of that. Then with these rainbow fans, I handed 24 of those away. And then I gave 18 boxes of naloxone away. And so we actually just purchased new cases. So they're in a discrete package. So we have them in red, black, pink, green, and orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5. In those 5 colors. And people were so excited to be able to get those. And they had such great conversations about them. So I was so excited to be able to have conversations. And then people were more open to having naloxone in those packages. So we also, Samantha Martini also was tabling with me. And so I was so happy to have her with me for at least like half of the event. And then she had to leave. But we put her card in there in case they wanted to get some more naloxone. We put meeting cards and then a card in there to help know how to identify an overdose and then how to actually use naloxone as well. So, and then each of the naloxones come with the instructions inside of them as well. So it's really cool. And I'm excited to be able to give out more of those. And they're not labeled at all. So they're very discreet. So no one knows what they are, even if they know, like it's not all black. So they don't know specifically what could be inside of them, which is really awesome. So I had so much fun doing that. Molly was also next to me and had great conversations with a bunch of people as well. Molly, do you have anything else to say about the event?
No, it was a great turnout. It was sunny, so we didn't have to worry about the rain after all. So that was a nice relief. But Pride is always one of my favorite events. So it's just happiness everywhere.
Yeah, it really was full of happiness. It was so fun. Okay. Anybody have any questions before I move on? Okay. With our MAR training that we just had, we had 18 people attend, which I think is really good. That sounds like a small number, but honestly, for like a webinar for Logan Mason County, I think that's great. We had 12 people that registered and were not able to attend, but I've received emails from individuals that have wanted to watch it. And it is now live on our YouTube page. So if you want to watch any of the Base Handle with Care webinars, those are on our YouTube page as well and alongside with the MIR training. So those are available for anyone and everyone to watch. But so far with our survey, we've only had 6 people take it out of the 18. And in order to get their CEUs, they had to fill the survey out anyways. So we had the different occupations, whereas CPSS, counselor, community outreach, CP or CRSS, TRADPSS, and then a community mental health specialist for recovery supports. And so the overall expectation was pretty good. Everyone agreed that it was, they liked the training. The content was relevant to their needs. So everyone seemed very positive about that. After the training, I gained some knowledge. So this was a basic MAR training, which makes sense on why some people felt that there was maybe not knowledge gained if they already had like a basic understanding of MAR. So that totally makes sense. And then the presenter was effective in explaining the program content. I mean, Brent had a small amount of time, but I think he did a really good job. And that was just literally one person who said neutral. So I think everyone was really happy with what the training was given. And then a couple more questions that were asked. What features of this training did you find to be the most helpful and why? So people asked for a review of types of medications for assisted recovery, the history about MAR, explanation of the different kinds of MAR. This is virtual because it allowed me to attend while still being able to be at my job, and then learning about various Illinois smoking cessation programs. So that's why people wanted, like, what they found the most helpful. And then how could we improve on this training? They'd like to know more about the transition between Suboxone and methadone, more interaction with attendees, and then more explanation on self-stigma, which definitely agree. And especially, I think that with this training, we absolutely could totally expand on it. And Brent is such a great presenter, and he's so great to work with. And so I feel very blessed to be able to have that partnership. And so he's definitely agreed to be able to do more trainings. And he's like, absolutely, just give me a date, I'll be there. So I'm very excited and happy that to have that partnership with him because he is free. So that's like also a nice plus. As that's hard to get individuals who actually like are really knowledgeable and that are like free. But and he's good at presenting as well. So I think that if I were to ask him for any of those, I think that he would definitely be on board and would be able to turn something around. So it'd be really awesome. Another question was, what additional information would you like to see included in future sessions about this topic? A cost analysis that includes understanding the expected cost to the patient without insurance and how to estimate costs for a patient with insurance. Does that make sense? The process from start to finish. So when you call MAR, what to expect, medication options, and how this is determined. Also the disconnect between pharmacy and person actually picking up prescription. Fair. I would like to see the information on how to encourage primary care and family practice providers to prescribe MAR. It would be helpful to learn about successful approaches to engaging healthcare providers, addressing concerns or misconceptions, and integrating MAR into primary care settings, which I fully agree with. So I think that there's some really good things that like I could touch on and get him or somebody else to present on. I think that this would be really awesome to have. And then what training topics would you like to see covered in the future? One was a deeper look at stigma. Faces and Voices has a stigma index. It would be very impactful for everyone to know. And then harm reduction, which we will be touching on later. So I think that all of those are really great ideas. And does anybody have any questions or any comments or anything they'd like to include with this if they were on the training? Okay. Sounds good. All right. So just a reminder, we have a bunch of different places to get harm reduction resources with naloxone, fentanyl, xylazine test strips at Family Custom Cleaners, Hope on Fifth, Mount Pulaski Library, Logan County Jail, Elkhart Public Library also has benzodiazepine test strips. And then where you can get just naloxone is in the Atlantic Public Library and their upstairs and downstairs bathrooms, Logan County Courthouse. And then the Logan County Health Department has all those things and also a 24-hour drug disposal box outside. You are able to bring in materials into the Logan County Jail. So if that is an option as well. And then, sorry. Then we have Mason County. So we have Havana Public Library, Mason County Health Department, which have naloxone, fentanyl test strips. Havana Public Library also has xylazine, but the health department does not. The Mason City Public Library, Foreman Public Library have naloxone, and then all pharmacies in both counties are available for purchase, but it is not advised. We're moving on to my girl, Lauren. So right now is going to be our spotlight. I was like, we are not recapping yet. Our Illinois Faith and Recovery Collaborative at the CCE. I am so excited to have my colleague Lauren on here. She will be presenting on what Illinois Faith and Recovery Collaborative looks like. I think we've been doing presentations within our monthly meetings at work. And so I thought that this would be a great opportunity to share with Logan and Mason County, because I think there's a lot of opportunity for this to be brought to our communities. And I think there's a lot of churches, which I've already talked to a couple, that are totally on board to do this. So Lauren, you can take it away.
All right. Thank you, Grace. All right, let me get this all set up here. Can everybody see my screen okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yes, my name is Lauren Erickson. I'm a community outreach and training specialist with Chestnut. I work on the Illinois Faith and Recovery Collaborative, and that's a part of our Center for Community Engagement at Chestnut. So just a little bit more of a bigger picture. We are able to exist and operate because of a grant from the Illinois Department of Human Services. The goal is basically to build mental health and substance use recovery capacity statewide. So this is a statewide initiative. And basically what the Illinois Faith and Recovery Collaborative goal is to go ahead and support the existing mental health and substance use recovery work by highlighting the unique role of faith communities across the whole state of Illinois. So diving into more of the Illinois FRC, what it looks like, the purpose, the vision. Like I mentioned, it's a statewide initiative. It's designed to support and empower faith communities through things like training, toolkits, network opportunities, resource connection, and technical assistance. These are all free of charge. We get that question all the time. How much does this cost? It is completely free. Everything's free. We just want to help people and help communities build capacity to help people. So that goes into the purpose a little bit. So we want to equip these faith communities with evidence-based knowledge surrounding things like mental health, substance use disorders, recovery support, overdose prevention, and community stigma reduction. So our vision with this really is to create a welcoming, informed, and recovery supportive faith communities all across the state of Illinois. I specifically work in regions 2 and 3, so that's like central Illinois, all the way up to Wisconsin, the whole like northwest part of Illinois. The only thing I personally do not cover is Cook County, but we've got someone in every region. So we've got people in all regions across Illinois, regions 3 and 4, 1, I think there's 5 total. That might be inaccurate, but the entire state is covered with someone. So just know that if you happen to know someone that you would like to refer, we've got someone that will get them covered in the whole state of Illinois. So looking a little bit more into why faith communities matter, faith communities are often trusted community leaders. A lot of times what we don't realize, I think, too, is they're the first points of support and contact during a crisis. So a lot of people who are needing help or needing support, they might not always know where to go, or they might not always want to go to different community resources, but a lot of times they will go to church or they will talk to people in their faith organizations about it. So they're sources of connection and belonging where individuals seek hope and guidance. Now, some challenges that we address are stigma, like we talked about, surrounding addiction and mental health, there being a lack of education and resources, maybe difficulty navigating treatment and recovery systems, and just different misconceptions that the community may have surrounding these topics of mental health and substance use. So we basically provide an evidence-based, non-denominational approach, and we provide education that really just complements any faith tradition. So this is not specific to any denomination. As long as it's a faith-based organization, that is good enough for us. So anything that looks like Salvation Army, Goodwill, things like that are also not out of the picture as well, as long as they have that faith-based portion to their organization. So we equip faith-based communities with knowledge, certifications, non-clinical tools, and referral resources. And these are just some examples of those things. So once a church, we'll just call it a church for sake of clear outline for everybody here, but once the church maybe goes through, we've got 4 core trainings that they need to complete to be certified, and then they can become a certified recovery congregation, or a CRO. So basically, once they've got all of these 4 trainings under their belt, they'll be officially certified to then have the capacity to go help individuals in their community that may be experiencing mental health crisis or need help with their substance use. So basically, diving into the coalitions and faith community sector, how can coalitions work with faith community sector is a question that we get all the time. So here's some examples that may look like including faith leaders in planning and decision making, maybe training faith leaders and members on mental health and recovery, creating easy ways to connect people between faith groups and service providers, maybe holding support groups and events in faith spaces, and so on and so forth. There's really many ways that coalitions can work with the faith community sectors that can really just work in harmony, and work towards the common goal to kind of, support the community as a whole. So we also do offer technical assistance. We've got Cami on the call, and she works in technical assistance for the CCE as well. So here are just some things that technical assistance can help with. We do call it technical assistance as of now. I think it is being potentially rebranded, because some people get confused with the term technical assistance. It's basically consulting and community support. So here's some examples of what our technical assistance folks can do. And then just diving a little bit more into the outreach and outcome of the Illinois Faith and Recovery Collaborative. Our current outreach efforts look like partnering with churches and faith leaders statewide, might be participating in networking councils such as the ROSC that we are on right now. And it also looks like connecting organizations to local recovery resources and just working to reduce that stigma through education. So desired outcomes that we have are increased awareness, greater access to support, stronger community partnerships, and just, a more recovery-friendly Illinois in general is what we're hoping to achieve here. So long-term vision, we'd love to have a statewide network of informed and compassionate communities that support recovery and wellness all across the whole state, head to tail of Illinois. So how you can help, I would ask that you please keep the Illinois FRC in mind as you go about your days, whoever you come into contact with your community in and out of work. If you personally attend a church or have any personal ties to any faith-based organizations, I would love if you would keep us in mind. I have my contact information that was at the beginning of the slideshow, but I will go ahead and drop it in the chat after. And if you are not sure if the organization is faith-based, just send them my way, and I would love to have a chat with them in general. And we really are able to help people through networking and just chatting and building relationships in general. So even if they're not faith-based, that's okay. Any connection to me is a great connection to have. So yeah, that was just a little bit more about the Illinois FRC. And thank you all for allowing me to be a spotlight today and for listening to my spiel on a more recovery-friendly Illinois.
Awesome. Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate you being here. Does anyone have any questions for Lauren? No questions.
I'm plopping my information in the chat, so if anyone does have any questions that they think of later, just feel free to shoot me an email or a text or a call.
Perfect.
And thanks again, Grace.
Absolutely. No, thank you again. I totally appreciate you taking the time to come out and to speaking with us today. It was very, very helpful for everyone to hear this. And I think that there's amazing opportunities. If people would like to throw in the chat at this time different churches that they feel would be great opportunities to go and have conversations with about being a part of this, I encourage you to do so in the chat. That way Lauren can have kind of like an idea of where they could go or where she can talk to. Yes, I already talked to Adam. He's totally down at First Press. And then I have 2 churches in Mason City that are down. So keep those going in the chat. All right. All right, so moving on. A review of, well, I should say May, not April. Whoops, typos are great. So of our May meeting. So how a review of Goal 2 progress, reframing recovery MAR feedback, and our discussion on jail bags. So last month we went over the progress of Goal 2. And if you would like to know that progress, go ahead and read the meeting minutes. They're all in there. Our reframing recovery MAR feedback that we had, how just the questions that were asked, how MAR social media campaign is going with those who were here. 4.3 out of 5. I say that's pretty successful. What have you learned from MAR reframing recovery social media materials? That it provides accurate information. There are multiple pathways to recovery, how it can work with your brain to stabilize cravings, and can be used long term. Another question was, what are some topics in harm reduction you would like to use to focus on that you feel the community would benefit from learning about? So we had a couple things. So syringe services, syringe service still has a lot of stigma. Locations that are available to have that have harm reduction resources, and then what services are also available. That one was in a word cloud and it kind of came out funky, but I think that's what was meant with all the words that were there. That came out of it. So with our discussion about the jail bags of different items to put in them, we talked about adding naloxone, test strips, meeting cards, rack cards of social agencies. So Salvation Army food pantries should be included. There was also mention of partnering with Family Guidance to add their hygiene products because they have a kit, which I think would be amazing. Also to mention that the bags, to make sure they're not too big, handle bags would work well. Even drawstring bags would work well. And so we have both of those options. And then if people are leaving jails, or if people leaving jail aren't going straight to a recovery place, they usually return to use, which is something to be mindful of. Then people need a can opener when they leave jail. The ROSC would need to partner with someone who can provide funds to be able to purchase one of those openers, which is very true because we cannot purchase that. So obviously looking for some amazing person who can fund that would be amazing. And a good resource in Springfield is Visions 1908. It's a second chance program that offers a lot of different services. There are a lot of people who don't know how many people are unhoused in the community. And I remember looking that up at the meeting. And so it was definitely super beneficial. Thank you, Tristan. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you. But yeah, so that was, oh my gosh, sorry. That was what you missed at last month's meeting. So, we've been on this theme, so we might as well hit goal 3. So we're at the end of the month. This is the last month before our fiscal, so you might as well end on a top-notch moment here. So our goal 3, and by June 30th, 2026, the Logan Mason ROSC will develop a community awareness campaign to increase awareness of harm reduction services being offered, adding 2 additional locations to provide harm reduction materials, assist the public health departments and Lincoln Memorial Hospital with outreach, promotion, and advocating for identified locations to host harm reduction materials, include Narcan, fentanyl test strips, and educational materials and jail resource bags, assemble additional resource recovery boxes with Narcan, fentanyl test strips, and educational materials, and promote harm reduction strategies and where to access resources through 2 to 3 social media posts per month and 1 community event host / attend quarterly / local media channels, which that's so much things in 1 paragraph. So breaking it down. So we're going to plan, create, launch a community awareness campaign to increase awareness of the harm reduction resources being offered in Logan and Mason counties and general education around harm reduction by June 30th. It has been launched and it's being shared on social media, and we're doing that. And I think it's going pretty great. Increase harm reduction availability by adding 2 additional locations, providing Narcan and naloxone in Logan and Mason counties. So Atlanta Public Library and Elkhart Public Library were our 2 that we did. So bada bing, bada boom, hit that. assist the public health departments in Lincoln Memorial Hospital with outreach, promotion, and advocating for identified locations to host harm reduction materials through June 2026. And that is an ongoing thing that we are continuing to do. Include Narcan, fentanyl test strips, and educational materials in jail resource bags for the justice impacted individuals by March 2026. So we distributed 50 bags in Mason County Q2, 50 in Logan County Q1, and those all had those materials inside of them. Assemble additional reframe and recovery boxes with Narcan, educational materials, and other harm reduction tools for local agencies and businesses by June 2026. So I gave away 18 boxes so far, and I have 32 to go. And my entire garage is filled with frames that are being painted purple currently. And so that is what I'm waiting on to dry to get the rest of those 32 out. But the 18 people that took those boxes, like, thank you. I'm excited to get it out. And I have had one person so far, which I feel like that's amazing, because it's really been like maybe a week that those boxes have been out and about, scanned and been on the pledge that they support recovery in Logan Mason County, which is very exciting. That was the last time I checked. So because that goes on one of the frames that if you scan the QR code, then you fill out your name and then we'll put a pledge wall together. And if you want to know what that looks like, Ford County ROSC has that on their social media currently. So promote harm reduction strategies, their effectiveness, and where to access resources through 2 to 3 social media posts per month, 1 community event host /10 quarterly, and local media channels through June 2026. So 2 to 3 posts on social media are definitely shared each month. We have been a part of community events hosted or attended and shared them each month. So very excited for the progress that has been made. So thank you to everyone who has been a part of this, because obviously I cannot do this alone. This is everybody together, and I'm so proud of all the progress that we've done. It makes me so happy, especially at the end of the fiscal, that these goals are being met. And so, yeah, I'm very happy with everything that is going on. So anybody have any questions or comments or concerns or anything like that they would like to share? Okay, we'll move on. All right, so this is where I really need you guys to talk, okay? Because I cannot do this alone. Recovery month, yeah, it's like around the corner. I understand, like stressful. I understand. It's right. Like it's happening. We got to talk about it, guys. Okay. So yes, I know that we do our walks. We're going to do them. That's fine. So Tristan and I already talked and came up with dates. And honestly, these dates really just honestly work in my schedule, and I will be completely honest, since it's me right now. These dates are really what it's going to be. So I'll be completely, there's really no budging on this. And also I really wanted, reflecting on last year's and kind of going back to what our we talked about right after the debrief with them. There wasn't there wasn't as many people coming to the Logan one as in the past, which is not like a bad thing. I think it's just because it landed on like a day that like everything is happening, and like everything is happening in September all the time. And so we also chatted about throwing that on a Sunday afternoon. So I thought about doing them September 12th and 13th. I know we're crazy throwing them in one weekend, but in all honesty, I know I'm crazy, but just to get it in and out of the way, I'll be real. I know, but I feel like the people that come aren't coming to both, right? So in all honesty, I think it's okay. And so the Mason Walk will be on Saturday, September 12th from 1 to 3. The Logan Walk will be September 13th from 1 to 3. Yes, Jeanette Davis.
So I was just thinking so last year, yeah, Lincoln, we competed with prom weekend or yeah, no, homecoming. What was it? What is it?
Homecoming, and there was
Homecoming. It's
something
some
else
yeah, it's
going on
home.
downtown.
Yeah, there was a car show. Anyway, all the things. But what didn't want us to forget that we kicked around too was the idea of having it on in an evening, a weekday evening.
Yes, we did do
So
that.
yeah.
Oh,
So but just I know you gotta do what you gotta do as you, but just wanted to throw that
well,
out.
no, that's a good point.
Yep.
I did talk to Tristan about that. Doing like okay, this is why we're chatting about it. So like obviously these dates aren't like fully like in, but I would like them to be by the end of this meeting a thing. So if we were to do it like here, we'll do a poll. I'm gonna make a poll up right now. All right. Save. Save. Let's launch it. Okay. Send me your thoughts. You got one choice, I guess. Tell me your choice. This is only for Logan, by the way. Mason was successful on a Saturday afternoon, so. All right, I'll give a couple more seconds for a couple more people to answer. Okay. These are the results. So Sunday and Thursday. Okay. Ready?
Do another one.
Thursday.
Hey, I'm gonna do another one. This is the only way. Sunday. You guys got it. You're picking this day, guys. You're picking it. Is required. Save. Save. And here we go. Launch it. We go 50-50, guys. This is gonna be rough. We have an odd number of humans though, so like we can't go 50-50. We have 11 people. I guess I can't vote. So I don't know if that's counting me as 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's not counting me. Oh. Got a couple more people who need to vote. This is a surprising thing. All right, got 2 people left who haven't voted. And if you feel like your votes don't matter, they sure do, people. You 2 people. I have a feeling
Or
I know
what
who you
about
are.
people that jump on to sway people the other way? Because it would be really
one more
cool to have a
person.
walk in the evening.
Or a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. What other? Okay. Holy smokes, guys. This is insane. We're going to do it on a Thursday evening.
That is so awesome.
I love it. See, this is what. Okay. Love it. This is really what
The evening
I
is going to be, we can make it really cool for the evening.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So we are going to do that. That is that was part one of planning. So that was picking the dates. That was really all I needed for today, was picking the dates. We can promote them. So I'll figure out a Thursday that is not cray-cray with a bunch of things that are happening in Logan County. We'll keep the Saturday event for Mason because that really worked there. Anybody have any questions? This obviously will not be the only time that we talk about the recovery walk in general. Okay. All right. So coming up, we got a couple trainings. My BFF, Jeff McFadden, and also Bryson's uncle. Like the fanciest man I've ever seen in my life. He's never this fancy, but he looks so nice. I say this every time I show this poster. It's my favorite thing. We'll be doing how to tell your story training. So it is an interactive training where individuals will learn how to tell their story in a different fashion for different audiences, to learn how to put together their storytelling skills in a confident way. Oh snap! No. I was trying to see the chat. Yeah, you know this guy. So it'll be June 23rd from 1 to 3. Hope on 5th. Registration isn't. He probably will tell everyone how to do stand up. It's not required, but it is helpful to know how many people will be there for room capacity purposes. Then we will have our hidden risk, drug and gender, children and family human trafficking training. I did this back in January, and Kim Turner, probation, was like, I really want to have this here. I got CEUs for probation officers, and I was like, let's do it again. So we're making it happen. So I partnered with Allies Against Trafficking, and Kelly Schwanberger and Lisa Wingert are our presenters. So we will be having them present, and instead of doing we did, what is it, when a bunch of people talk and oh my gosh, people do this all the time. I'm blanking. We did something, or oh my gosh, panel discussion. Thank you. Panel discussion. We will be doing a table discussion instead, because that was something that we took from our results from the survey. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Have a great weekend, Bryson. Appreciate you. So that'll be June 29th from 9 a.m. to noon. So that'll be breakfast. Thank you, Molly. It will be delicious because it's at the hospital. So see you all there. Again, deflection, we have meetings from 10 a.m. to 11:30, Zoom or at Hope on 5th from 10 a.m. to 11:30, July 7, 21, and August 4th. And Logan County SUPS meeting is also hybrid on Zoom or at the hospital. Next one is July 9th, 9 a.m. to 10. Breakfast is 8:45 to 9. The CHC meeting is only in person at the hospital. It'll be September 3rd, 8:30 to 10. Breakfast at 8 to 8:30. The Havana HAPT, Havana Area Prevention Team, is hybrid, so it'll be Zoom or at Spoon River College in Havana. August 4th, 4 to 5. CPAC, Citizens for Positive Adolescent Choices, is hybrid on Zoom or at the Mason City Library. July 9 from 3:15 about 4:45-ish.
Actually, Grace, that one will be at 11.
Oh, is that? Oh,
I think it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, I know they changed it for July. And actually, I don't think we're going to have a CPAC meeting. It'll be about the DFC stuff. I didn't think about that.
Oh,
So
that's right. Yeah.
CPAC August.
So CPAC
it's the
next
same
meeting
as,
will be August, the real one.
August something. Let's see. Gotta go all the way to August. Probably the 13th. Yes, the 13th. August 13th.
Yeah, August 13th. Yep. From 3:15 to 4:45. Mason City or Mason County Coordinating Council will be hybrid. That'll be at Spoon River from 9:30 a.m. to 10, July 21. And Logan County Youth Mental Health / Bright Point Coalition is in person only, June 22nd, 9 a.m. to 10, and breakfast at 8:45. So appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lauren, again for presenting. If you have any questions, reach out to our team. And this is our second to last meeting with our Tristan. Actually, I think this is actually our last meeting with Tristan, so he's already pieced out. But he is ending his contract with Recovery Corps July 11, and so I've been very appreciative of all of his work he has done with the Logan Mason ROSC. He will be continuing being a part of it, obviously, because I'm not letting him leave like for good. Thanks, Carmen. So yeah, I just wanted to share my appreciation for Tristan, but he's not even here, so he'll have to listen to this recording later. But he's a part of the task initiative with Bridge, so we're not letting go of him at all. So very excited for all the things that he's doing. Recovery Corps gave him that start. And the Logan Mason ROSC, and it was Jeanette essentially was what got him a part of this and got him on Recovery Corps and got his, the whole point of Recovery Corps is to get your feet on the ground and get you going to a job that like means a lot. And so that is what he's doing. And so yeah, we appreciate everything. So we're looking for a full-time person starting, I think, in October. So if you know anybody who would be great, I think they have to have a year of sobriety under their belt to apply, and it's through Impact Us and not through, if you type in Recovery Corps, you can find it. So yeah, and I'm still hiring for Jeanette's position. The community health specialist recovery supports position. So if you know anybody, let me know. It'd be cool. So yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Have a good one.